We made a quick change now. Doom Nadio Konta has joined us on Sports Tonight. Doom, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show. There's plenty to talk about from the Globe Premier League. Venues have been announced for semi-finals of the Federation Cup, for the men, for the women, National League. There's a lot to talk about, really. But let's go on now. I'm told that we have a little bit of breaking news coming out from England, and it has to do with Super Eagles defender Sam Sodge. Dumnodi, you've been keeping track. What exactly is the story? The good news coming through from Sam Sodge. Match fixing allegation against Sam Sodge have been dropped. That's the story coming out. Dumnodi, what's exactly the story?
Well, he's been cleared of match fixing allegations, and well, let's just go back to the background. It was filmed by a UK journalist describing how he punched
and deliberately got sent off in a game.
Yes, and of course in exchange for £70,000. That drew a lot of controversies, drew a lot of argument, and even some people were shocked at the way that particular incident went. We said he arranged for another player to be paid £30,000 for getting a yellow card in a championship game. So, and even his brother Akpo Sodje, who was involved in this, it was reported that his brother, who is also a striker at Tranmere Rovers, said he will be prepared to be paid to get a book. But now he's gone up the hook. So for now, he's fit to play football. But most importantly, his image is been restored, because that's the most important thing. Because these guys have been involved in charity works, giving back to the society, getting more or less.
And of course, as you said, the picture that we're seeing on your screen is the memory of Sam Sodje that we have in Nigeria when he came around with the Lagos State Football Association to do some charity work alongside his brother. So this is encouraging news, Dumnodi. So the match fixing allegation has been dropped, and the journalist involved is also being charged for criminal act. So we'll get more details around all of this, but that's the good news coming through right now around Sam Sodje. Once again, just to clarify what Dumnodi has been saying, the match fixing allegation against Sam Sodje has been dropped. We'll get details for you as we go on. And the writer, the writer from The Sun, who did the story around him, has been arrested and is being charged with some criminal offenses. So that's encouraging news for Sam Sodje, and we will get to the details, to the root of all of this, and get you more details in the days ahead. All right, let's go on and talk about the drama of yesterday, the fallout from the NFF change of leadership that we had yesterday. And that man that you see on your screen, Alhaji Aminu Megeri, reactions have continued to trail his impeachment by the Executive Committee of the Nigerian Football Federation. Alhaji Aminu Megeri has been quoted as saying that he will not be saying anything about his removal, and he will leave Nigerians to judge if he has done enough, given his best to Nigerian football or not. And he has continued to emphasize the fact that he is just been alleged to have misappropriated money, and at the right time, it will come out to clear his name. All those allegations, according to him, are just allegations that can't be proven. It will come out to clear his name. Well, he says, no court action. I'm not going to the courts, because I want to live by my words of being a football person and not take football matters to court. I think that's a wise move, really.
Yeah. Obviously a wise move. Obviously a wise move. You know, some of these allegations, it's better you don't say anything now, so that you don't seem to, like the police will say. So that this
anybody you say now can be used against you in the court of law. No, but I'm happy that he's not looking at the option of a civil court.
Yes. No, because that's the most important thing. Because he's one of those who has been saying football matters. We should respect what people say about football matters, not going to the civil court. He has other options. He could take it to where it is
to FIFA or to CAS
to sort out
to clear his name. But his name is involved.
You see how July 31st by the Congress, because the Congress itself is definitely going to do whatever they want to do.
Okay, the Congress will still have to decide on whether his impeachment stays or not.
So he has to let that go, so that he's not a man. Maybe the way he's going about it, he's not a man that gives into too many flip and talk. He doesn't. Maybe he's not too power drunk. He's not interested, even though he still has a second term in mind, but he's not too keen on getting it by all means. If he is out by the board, so be it. It's not the first person, it's not the second.
All right, so I'm encouraged that that is his position, and let's hope that in the days ahead we'll really get to the root of it and be able to move football forward. Dumnodi, guys, tomorrow our under-17 team will be taking on Congo DR. That's going to be our first game since the ban was lifted. The amount of a few days that we had on us. But Emmanuel Lemonike is confident. He says his boys will go there and do Nigeria proud. We're playing Congo DR tomorrow. Huge expectation on the shoulders of Amonike.
Congo DR, they have been praying perhaps the ban should not be lifted, but now, no, it has been lifted. But I have confidence in the guys. Emenike was there when we won the championship. Exactly. So now I think I have confidence in the guys. They are willing to go out. And what I like in this particular team is the continuity there. The continuity we've been talking about.
They've been well prepared.
They've been preparing.
They've played friendly games
in fact,
everywhere.
all through last year, they've been preparing. So I don't think they have any excuse. Even on the 17 World Cup or on the 17 championship, it's not about winning a tournament. It's all about bridging players that we can see in the next future, like 4 or 5 years time. We'll be like, okay, these are the players that represented us in the so-called tournament a few years back, and now they're playing very well in the club size outside Africa, in Europe, and even playing well for the Super Eagles. That is what we expect of them, not just them going out all out there, and we're expecting them to win the Under-17 World Cup or Under-17 African Youth Championship.
But Dumnodi, what are you expecting from this game? We have high standards at this level. Being world champions, we are not expected to crash out at this stage.
But it has happened before.
But these boys have been well prepared. It has happened before.
When we won in 2007, 2009, we crashed out.
Usually when we win on a 17, the next edition suffers somehow.
Exactly.
I hope we can break the jinx with Emmanuel Lemonike.
With the way it went, the way they transit from the first generation to the next generation, we see how the ball. So it's just continuity is the key word there. So for these guys, the way they've been taking out teams. First of all, maybe we just look at the tournament in Togo, the President's Cup. That's one of those tournaments we play outside Nigeria. But the way they've been taking out teams of their categories, those scoreline. I hope by the time the Congolese see the scoreline, they would have wished that we would have met that deadline. Then
they can walk us over. But that's not going to happen. So we wish the boys the best of luck tomorrow. They play Congo DR. For those of you asking questions about what time, 3:30 p.m. I think Nigerian time. That's when that game will begin. We wish Emmanuel Amunike, I was saying Emenike, Emmanuel Amunike, the best of luck with this team tomorrow. Let's come home and talk about the 2014 Federation Cup. We've been keeping track of the Federation Cup, talking about it, but information came from the Nigerian Football Federation today. Dumnodi, we now have where those games will be played, the venues for the semi-finals for the men of the 2014 Nigeria Federation Cup. The final will be taking place in Lagos. August 16. Tentatively. Dolphins Prime,
Abuja. Then the two games would have been in Abuja, but they looked
at it to favor Giwa because Jos is not too far from Abuja.
1 hour 30 minutes from Abuja, so they have to move that game down to the southwest.
So to be like Giwa playing at home if the game is played in Abuja.
Well, that's so. But anybody is going to be playing Giwa at the MK Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta, so it's closer to some of us here.
Both games on
Thursday.
On
Thursday. One will be played in Abuja. It's at 2 p.m. because normally the first picture that came out was two games will be played in Abuja.
1-2, 1-4.
But now
both games will be 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Now,
but at different venues.
So just to confirm for you once again, Giwa Enyimba game will be in Abeokuta on Thursday, 4 p.m. That's the MK Abiola Stadium. And then the Goal Project in Abuja will host Dolphins against Prime at 4 p.m. as well. Let's talk about the women. What's going on around the women? Where are we playing?
Well, the women, of course, the Sunshine against Nasarawa game we played in Lokoja. That's the conference in Lokoja. Why the other game between...
but Nasarawa is just stone through from Lokoja. Lafia is not too far from Lokoja.